What up, family? CTR Media Network. Yeah. Best in the biz. Yeah. Join the team. CTR is who we are, the media network, that's the best by far. Whether you listen at your home, at your job, in your car, come get the information that's needed above par. Never lasting, motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions that you asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself. Your health is here, we got it. Reaching 350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like-minded, find your purpose and your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence, all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network, start the show.
You are now listening to CTR Media Network.
What up, family? CTR Media Network. Yeah. Best in the biz. Yeah. Join the team. CTR is who we are, the media network, that's the best by far. Whether you listen at your home, at your job, in your car, come get the information that's needed above par. Never lasting, motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions.
This is Olivia Tucker, I should say Dr. Olivia Tucker, and she is listening to the podcast on CTR Media Network.
That's me. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks to her, my podcast is doing great.
350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like-minded, find your purpose and your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence, all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network, start the show. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR is who we are, the media network, that's the best by far, you know. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network.
The Vera Tommy Show. The Vera Tommy Show. The Vera Tommy Show. The Vera Tommy Show. Let's talk about it. 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 On the Vera Thomas Show. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Hello. I am so excited. We are going to be talking about generational wealth. And this is something I want you to share, tell your friends, tell your families that they need to come and listen to this particular podcast. I am honored to have my guest, Pastor Yuri Melendez. How are you today?
I'm doing great and honored to be on your show.
Well, I am honored to have you on my show. And what I'm going to do, I want to share with the listening audience a little bit about Pastor Mr. Yuri Melendez. He is the co-founder of the Generational Wealth Group, an organization with the mission of helping families break the cycle of poverty and create generational wealth. He is on a mission to help entrepreneurs build and grow successful businesses by teaching them how to utilize 7K metals, sound money wealth strategies to hedge against poor government decisions and economic collapse, wealth accumulation and protection, and portfolio diversification. Pastor Yuri served successfully as the direct sales and network marketing industry for more than 15 years. Although his accomplishments are many, nothing compares to his present love and passion serving as executive director of Sinai Christian Academy in Linden, New Jersey. Pastor Yuri counts it a blessing to oversee the daily operations of this wonderful preschool through 12th grade Christian academy that he leads alongside his wife, Pastor Daisy Velez Melendez. As far as traditional, Mr. Melendez worked 18 years in corporate America, 6 years as a senior loan officer, and started his own franchise, Sign Shine Power Wash. He is also a real estate investor. Well, who better to talk about generational wealth than you? Really? Who better?
God is good.
God is good. God is good. And what I'm going to do, I am going to my computer, my mouse is acting crazy and it won't let me pull this bio down so I can get back to you. But here, let me do it this way. So what I'm going to do, I want to give you the floor. I want you to talk about what it is that drives you and what your passions are. I also want you to talk about your academy and just talk about who is Pastor Yuri Melendez. So here we go.
Wow. Okay, Miss Vera, there's one thing. Wow, this was interesting, Miss Vera, because there's one thing you learn about Pastor Yuri Melendez. He doesn't like talking about himself.
Well, you got to do it tonight.
Okay, you know, humble beginnings, right? Humble beginnings. Who is you? I'm just a servant leader, servant-driven leader. We've been blessed. God has blessed our lives, and we just serve, because at the end of the day, if you put God first in all that you do, everything will fall into place. That's the secret. A lot of people don't know the secret. You just put God first, but I love paying it forward. You know, I believe, you know, God is like the chess master. You know, he's the chess master. You know, he's willing to answer prayers, but he's looking for willing vessels to fulfill those prayers, you know. Just a little backstory so you really understand humble beginnings. My mom came from Puerto Rico at the age of 19 with my dad and looking for a better opportunity, right, in the States. 5th grade education. Don't speak the word of English, just looking for an opportunity. And she worked 32 years as a factory worker. But here's how God is so good, and people don't understand. I love that pay it forward when I tell you I love to serve and I love the children. Well, the building that I grew up in Elizabeth, right? The gentleman who owned that building was an entrepreneur, was a marketing director. He was my mentor. He actually went up to my mother and said, you know what? Can I show your son, can I share with your son that there's a bigger world outside of his environment? And that was the change of my life. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe at God appointed time, he put that gentleman in my life. And from that point on, for 6 years, that gentleman showed me real estate, showed me networking, professional development. Mentorship was the key. For 6 years, I traveled all over the States, being around all type of people. And that instilled me that entrepreneur spirit. So now, as you can see, who is Yuri Melendez at that point, because he paid it forward to me, little did I know that the success that I had throughout the years of my life, that it was going to get us to this point, right? And now be able to serve the children. So our passion is educating the children, you know, from pre-K 3 to 12th grade. You know what? Putting teams together. God has sent all the people. You know, if you ask, he will send. I remember even the task, you know, Sinai Christian Academy was founded in 2010. And it was a prayer from my in-laws, Pastor Velez, Daisy Velez. And I remember my mother-in-law, Ms. Vera, she's saying, God promised me a school. But she also reminded me that, and Pastor Velez would always say, the next generation is going to be 1,000 times bigger. So we're like the Joshua generation when the baton was handed to us. So my wife and I, Pastor Daisy, we took on the responsibility of a church that was founded for 35 years. And I never forgot this. Little did I know that the church that was founded from my father-in-law was maybe 2 blocks around the corner from where I grew up. And that church being instilled in the drug-infested area. I never knew that, but once he put that church, it cleaned up the whole community, right? Little did I know, fast forward, I would meet my future wife, my sister-in-law's husband, who introduced me to my wife, and I never knew that was Pastor Vela's House of Prayer, Mount Sinai. Isn't that something?
That is amazing.
Isn't that something? And I remember my mother-in-law says, hey, we promised us a school. At that point, my wife and I took over the baton to keep the legacy alive, that generation. Who knew, right? Well, we were talking about who knew the steps, who knew, but God was preparing us, all the accolades, all the success, whatever you did out in the world didn't mean nothing, but he prepared me for myself and my wife to be able to oversee a legacy, the future for tomorrow's warriors, right? That's powerful. That's powerful.
Is.
I even just saw a couple comments, Principal Royal, my heart.
Yes.
That's my sweetheart. I saw her jump on we couldn't do it without her. Look at her.
Yes. She says, Yuri Melendez is a wonderful leader and such an humble man of God. And we also have Willie Ashford says hello. And Cool Gamer says hello, everybody. We're so glad you're here. And please continue to feed into the chat so that we can have some dialogue as we're having these conversations. That is awesome.
But see, that's my passion. You ask me, it's hard, but you know, I believe in appointed time. I believe that for the leadership, I believe a chess master, God moves the pieces, but that's our why, you know, and we say that's a labor of love. We don't do it for any money. That's a nonprofit 501c3, and that place is needed more than ever today. We need the children. That place is needed more than ever today. And we continue to fulfill it even through COVID. God has supplied all our needs. You know, I really believe in prayer. So I highly recommend, you know, find that relationship. You know, we're not going into preaching, but find that relationship, because once you put God first, then family, then business, everything falls into place.
Yes, and it's been dropped in my spirit. You know, we've got all these killings, all these shootings, and today I've just been thinking about the scripture that says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, then would he hear from heaven and heal the land. So what I want to say to our listening audience, we need to pray for our nation. We need to pray and start seeing light, surrounding our country with light, the light of the Holy Spirit, the light of Christ. We need to begin to visualize that and heal our land. I just wanted to say that.
We have to. I love it. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of the gospel. That's what they need more. We need
Yes. We got another comment here. Willie Ashford says Yuri is a man of integrity.
Oh, man. Oh,
Amen. Okay. So we're here to talk about generational wealth. And I'm excited because, you know, for so long, we have relied on our government. We have relied on all other resources and sources. And now we need to look at what can we do. So I want you to share with us about generational wealth. You are a prime example. And that's why I said, who better to have on this show than the man that is walking the walk, you know, walking the talk and living out what it means, generational wealth, what it means. He is a living example of what it means. All right, I'm going to shut up.
I love it. I believe in all timing. Like I said, appointed timing. God put it in my spirit. With even in education, right? Education and financial literacy has been removed from the educational system. Unfortunately, it has been removed from the educational system. So partnering up like with our principals and other people is bringing different partners in to educate our children life skills, right? Teaching them on why it's important to know you need credit. What's it going to take to live out here? Public speaking, debate team, all that type of stuff, right? Well, generational wealth came from that. God even put that in our heart. During that COVID time, we partner up. We always look for networking is key. Vera, that networking, being the connector, that changes everything. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world, but surround yourself with the smartest people and what they do, right? And what they do. So Generational Wealth Group is just a company, a name that we actually want to put together. Lord actually gave us our word. And the slogan is helping families break the poverty cycle. So we partner up with a company called 7K, which we saw that it was an easy program, right? It was an easy program for people to be able to create that generational wealth. Having been in the field and being from real estate investor, understanding that, I look for programs that we can actually recommend to the community that makes a difference. We could give seminars and stuff, but if we can find a program that can change people's life and help start curbing that generational wealth and showing them how to, instead of just talking about it step by step. So that's how we partner up with them. So for the last 2.5 years, I'm speaking to the believers. I said, Lord, there's a gift. I remember my buddy gave me a call, and I want you to set the tone, understand how this happened. I was actually praying for something. I was saying, Lord, send us. We're going to need, send us help, because during COVID, Vera, we had to close the school for 18 months. 18 months and converted to an online school. Very difficult. Principal, staff, retraining. But during that time, that gave me some time to also, the principal was working hand in hand, getting the school to online school. And I said, Lord, we're still going to have to pay our monthly expenses. There's only so much world's finest chocolate you can sell, right? To cover it, right? So I get a call from my buddy, Madiba. And when I receive the call, I always say this. I want people to write this down. Opportunities always present themselves just not the way you imagine. So I was praying for something, and the calls came. Okay. Once I received the call, I was literally online at the post office. I want people to understand, with a 10-ounce gold bar. Oh, whoa, what do you mean? I had a 10-ounce gold bar that we purchased for $11,000, and we were selling it for $19,000. And the process is so long, about 12 weeks. So my buddy calls me, Miss Vera, and he says, there's a company out there that has a product. It's called a Sound Money Wallet. And when he called me, he says, where you can convert your money back and forth, precious metals. I said, that doesn't exist. He says, well, you have to take a look. So he puts me on the phone with the CEO, Josh, and I ask questions. What is this? Well, this is a hybrid version of a Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, all put together, this innovation that they have. And they created a membership model with a lot of other benefits, but this is what piqued my interest. Now, remember I told you that generational wealth? I've always known about God's, not always, but we knew about God's money, but I couldn't recommend it to people because I knew that the liquidation process was very difficult to do. Does that make sense? If I tell you go buy gold and silver, yes, you say, but how do I make it practical, right? This is it. It's like me telling you when Uber came out, no one knew what an Uber was, right? In 2012, Uber came out. Now you can't live without Uber, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Lyft. Okay, innovation. Airbnbs. Nobody knew what an Airbnb was, Miss Vera, but now everybody knows what's an Airbnb. We're on your show to share not about how to using this program, 7K membership, but using the Sound Money Wallet to be able to create that generational wealth, a way where you could protect yourself, hedge your money against the deflation of the dollar. You know what I mean? What's happening right now? If you allow me to go into it, Ms. Vera,
yes,
what's happening right now is the United States of America has printed more money in 3 months than 200 years of existence, than 2 centuries.
Say that again.
The United States of America has printed more money than 200 years of existence, 2 centuries. What does that mean for you and I? Everybody who's listening, this is not fear mongering. I also, this is about being educated of what's happening. It's not that your gas prices are going high. Milk is going high, right? Beef is going high. Lumber and construction is going high. But nobody really gets to the root of the problem. And the problem, unfortunately, is the printing of the money, which devalues our dollar. How does that affect you and I? History always repeats itself. It shows that if you try to print your way out, all it does is take away from the value of the purchasing power. So what options do we have, Miss Vera? What options do we have?
You tell me.
Well, I was looking at Inc. magazine. I think you want to put that up, right?
Yeah, I do.
Top Inc. magazine, right? It says top 5 assets the wealthy use to protect their wealth. These are little things that we're not aware, right? Top 5.
Yes.
So we have exclusive real estate, fine art, rare collectible coins, gold and silver. I'm going to repeat it. Real estate, fine art, rare coins, and gold and silver. Now, gold and silver has been around for a long time, right? I'm not trying to hear the gold and silver vendor. That's not what I'm doing. Why do we call it God's money? Because you can't remake it. You can't fake it. It's never going to go away. But we've been, how can I say it nicely? We've been fooled to stay away from what real money is, because the idea was that in the United States of America, when the Bretton Woods Agreement was that the United States was going to be the monetary system for the whole world. So the currency, right? It wasn't currency. The dollar was actually backed by silver and gold. But
can you show that?
I'm going to show that. I'm going to show. In 1971, a year before I was born, President Nixon got on and says, as of today, we're no longer going to allow the convertibility of gold and silver in the United States of America. Why is that? He says, because of the speculators. It wasn't about the speculators. It was unfortunately, they got caught in the hand of the cookie jar, printing more money than they actually had in the vaults, right? So once that happened, guys, that's when money no longer was money, is the dollars. And it's so funny how smooth and slick they do it, right? It's just the little things that they don't teach, right? So it's so funny. You asked me to show you something. I'm going to show you something. And I know you can't see it, but I'm going to pull it up here. So that
I'm going to let me
read it. You see that? You see that right there? It says silver certificate. You see that?
Yes.
And then right on the bottom, it says $1 silver dollar payable to the bearable on demand. That's what the actual money used to look like. And let me read it to you. It says silver certificate. This certifies that there has been a deposit in the Treasury of the United States of America. That means at any given back at that time, if I were to exchange this $1 bill, you would have to give me a 1 ounce silver coin.
I want people to clearly understand this. So I'm going to ask you, I'm putting you on the screen by yourself, full screen.
Right.
And I want them, show them that dollar bill again.
All right, I'll print it out really big. Look at that. Is that good? There you go.
Silver certificate. $1 silver dollar payable to the bearer on demand, which meant that the money was in the vault.
Absolutely. But hold on. Let's pull up today's dollar. What does that say?
Federal Reserve note.
Scary, right? You see how slick was it?
Yes.
So hold on. Now you got me laughing, but what does this say? Hold on. We're going to have fun with this. It says $1 silver dollar, United States, right? $1 silver dollar.
Yes.
It doesn't take a rocket science, but I'm going to hit some people. People never looked at it that deep, but let's look at it this way. Today, it takes almost, right now, today's probably at 37 probably. For a silver eagle, it takes 37 of these, almost $38 to get $1 silver dollar. What's the problem, Ms. Vera? 38 of these for one of these.
Wow.
So I can't give you financial advice, but it don't take a rocket scientist. So why would you ever want to save your money in this stuff when you could have the real money? You see what I'm
Right.
trying to say?
Yes. And the money that we're dealing with right now is called fiat money.
Fiat currency. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you learn it.
Explain to our audience. Explain to our audience what that means.
Well, remember, just like you said, the whole idea of having the federal having this was so that people didn't have to go ships back and forth around the country, right? It was easier to have transactions, and people trusted this, correct? A dollar for dollar. But once they took us off the gold standard, this no longer was backed by anything. That means they can print as much money as they want. So this will continue. It happened in Venezuela. Venezuela tried to print their way out. It happened in Lebanon. Listen, Lebanon, it's been almost less than 2 years ago. Lebanon's currency overnight dropped 80%. That means their dollar dropped down to 20 cents. And now I think it's down to less than that. It's like 4 cents. That means if you are holding that in the bank, it disappeared. Are we so arrogant to believe that everything happening in the world in America that is not going to happen? Everybody in the business pretty much know what's happening. We're getting transitioned to a new monetary system, which is going to be a cashless society. CBDCs are already being trialed right in the banks. They want us there. So what can we do, right? Right, Ms. Vera, what can we do?
Yeah.
What can we do to protect ourselves? Well, there's options. Remember, I just read the top 5. Either you can buy some real estate, you can get into fine art, get some rare coins of gold and silver, but how do you make it practical? How do you protect everything you work for? I'm concerned, people's 401ks and pensions and stuff like that. People work too hard. Even my Pastor Daisy, I tell people she worked 32 years of her life, 32 years as a general manager of the hotel. And then after 32 years, when you look and everything you contributed is no longer there, how that make you feel? If you thought 2008 was bad, I was doing mortgages in 2008. I saw what happened. We have a front row seat right now to history. We have a front row seat. But it's not, we have to prepare. We have to heed the call. There's a lot of things happening and a lot of people are not paying attention. So I also believe, like I told you, not only God has been blessed, but God would also send his people to get the message out. Just get the message out. Hey, listen, if there's a program that with our networks that we can help people, let's get it out to them. Okay. This is a membership model. What they did is, let's put it in a nutshell. All they did was Mr. Richard Hansen came up with the idea. He was actually at Sam's Clubs, Vera. This is the inside, right? And he says, wouldn't it be awesome if we can actually create a membership model where people can buy gold and silver at dealer direct pricing? Remember the old-fashioned way from the JM Bullions to the Ampex, all these vendors out there, they've been around a long time. He says, how do we get it to the everyday people? So he actually brought it to Mr. Ball, and Mr. Ball financed the concept 6 years ago. Well, listen to this, Mr. I sat down with Mr. Ball, my wife and his wife, Marsha, and my Pastor Daisy, and I said, Mr. Ball, why did you create this company? Like, you really don't need it. You very successful. He says, I wanted to give back to the people, leave a legacy where the everyday person can now protect themselves and take back control by having access to gold and silver. See, people sound good, right, Ms. Vera? But that sounds good in theory, but how do you make it practical for people?
Exactly, because oftentimes when people think of gold and silver, they're thinking, oh man, I need a lot of money in order to get gold and silver. But before we respond to that, I want to ask you, so our dollar right now, what is our dollar worth right now today?
It just came out a couple months ago. It's less than a little under 3 cents.
You hear that, people? Our dollar is only worth 3 cents. That's why eggs is $5.
I think eggs are 6. Eggs were 9.
Well, here in Atlanta, the store I went to, I paid $5 for a dozen of eggs.
Yeah.
3 cents. Our dollar bill is worth 3 cents.
It's scary, isn't it? When
That
you really
is
think about
scary.
that. That's why it's the
That is
purchasing
scary.
power.
I want to acknowledge one of our listening audience. Hi, Tasiki. She is listening from South Africa.
Oh, I love it.
And she says, hello, Vera, awesome host, great show, enlightening indeed. I'm telling you, tell your friends to get on this show tonight or listen to the replay. This is important stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm sorry.
No, I'm excited with you. That's why I'm so passionate. Can I tell you, let me tell you something. I want to share because regardless if you want to take heed or not, there's different programs, there's different things out there, but they were very difficult to recommend because we knew the liquidation process. The process was not made, or like you said, you couldn't come in unless you had a lot. It wasn't made or designed for the everyday person to have a portfolio. It was more peaceful, but this program that they created is designed for the everyday person to take whatever they have. And this is the crazy thing. I tell people all the time, now that you have this information, what would you do with it? Well, once I saw it, I said, Lord, you answer a prayer, you gave me a gift. What do you want me to do with it? And clear as day to all my believers out there, he says, get it out to my people as fast as you can. So for 2.5 years, Ms. Vera, myself, partners, and friends, we've been sharing the message that there's a great program. We've been going to churches, pastors, bishops, business owners, family members, getting the information out, just getting it out to the people. Listen, if there's something good, you would share it, right? If there's something, don't just take care of you and your family, say, we're good, we're that smart. If there's a storm coming, wouldn't you want your family, your friend, or someone to share it with you? Hey, listen, that's why we have weather, right? We have weather forecasts. There's a storm coming, bundle up or evacuate. Well, there's a storm brewing, okay? There's a financial economic collapse about to happen. But it's only a transfer of wealth for those who know and prepare. But how about for the everyday person who don't understand? What can we do right now at this point? I see you put the website. Sound Money Benefits is actually a website that shows you the program. And like I said, it's about educating people and have access to something called a Sound Money wallet that never existed, okay? There you go. Thank you. I always say that, right? It never existed. Now, what they did is they figured a way that you open up an account, you get a private vault. Listen to this, a private vault outside of, you're still going to use the Plaid network like the banks use, but now you get to transfer from checking account, savings account, credit unions, save it, put to your Sound Money wallet. And now you have the opportunity, right? Not the opportunity. Now you have your choice to convert it to gold and silver.
Or to keep it as money.
Or keep it as money, right? Listen to this. You can buy gold and silver eagles. You can get gold bars, silver bars. You can buy large buy. You can buy whatever you want. There's no limits, no minimums or maximums. But here it is. Think about everybody who works, who gets a direct deposit and keeps putting their money in the savings account. Well, what are they doing? It keeps devaluing. You're getting cheap. It doesn't matter. It's going to keep devaluing. But if you put it in gold and silver, guess what? In the long run, it would always remain. It would always do its, I call it, it does its own accounting. It does its resetting. Whatever the market does, guess what? Gold and silver has the test of time, will always hold the test of time. You guys can research yourself.
Yeah, and one of the great illustrations that I saw as a result of working with you is the $2,500 silver, $2,500 in silver. In 1965, you could take that or $2,500 bills and buy a car.
Right. And if you had it in silver, today you can't even get the tire. If you had it in dollars, you can't even get the 4 tires. But if you had it in silver, you could buy 2 cars today. It's these little things. It's these little things that if we knew, there was like it was like 169,000. I think it was like 676 ounces of gold, or 626 ounces of gold was worth about 129,000. I'm just throwing the number, right? 129,000. But now with less gold in 2021, with 576 ounces of gold, you could buy 3 houses for 347,000. Over $1 million. So these are the little things. If we knew about that generational, if we had this information, what you do with it. If we knew, my stepfather, I always tell people this story. My stepfather never trusted the banks. It is what it is. We got to use the banking system. I'm not, I worked in the banks too, so I know. But he never trusted the banks. But he had 30,000 in a luggage. He says, if anything ever happens, it's in a briefcase, right? Well, if he knew this information, yes, he had $30,000 put away, but the purchasing power was only about 7,500 when it was time to use. But if he would have saved it in silver at the time, from the price, it would have been over $800,000. See how that information that if you
that's powerful stuff.
These are little things.
Now, the Tasiki, she says that is true. Preparation is highly important. Bring it on, Pastor. Great talk. And I keep thinking about Noah and how Noah, he warned the people. He warned the people. A flood's coming, a flood's coming, a flood's coming. And people laughed at him.
Yes.
As he was building an ark.
Yes.
And all these people died because they didn't listen. They didn't heed the call.
Yes, ma'am.
And now here you are blowing the horn.
Yes, blowing the horn for 2 years and a half. And listen, obedience is everything. Listen, obedience is everything. When I share this and I tell people, when I ask, Lord, what do you want me to do with this gift? I know he didn't just give it for me and my family to protect ourselves. What do you want me to do with it? He says, get it out to my people as fast as you can. From that point on, I never questioned again. It was every day, every night, sharing the information. Hey, there's a program out there. You might want to take a look at it. I highly recommend you look into the benefits. There's a lot of other benefits outside of this. But this gives us the opportunity to take what we have, convert it to gold and silver. And now what they did also, Vera, since it's attached, currently right now we have the 2.0 version. Our debit card is coming. That means you're going to be able to make your transactions, because people don't know the behind the computers and all the programming. But now you're going to be able to make purchases using your Sound Money Wallet debit card for your everyday use. And you'll be able to make purchase in increments amounts of gold and silver, or whatever they decide to use. If it's going to be cashless society, digital dollar, but we're going to have now. And here's the kicker. Let's say you don't feel comfortable of them holding in the vault, right? We don't know the vault, right? Okay. Well, then you get yourself a vault. Don't let people know you have gold and silver, and then you hold your money. Let me show you something. Can I show you something? Let me have some fun with you.
Yeah.
Okay. This here is 100 ounces of silver. 100 ounces. This thing is, it will break your toe if it lands. 100 ounces. Okay. Now, the old way, right? The old way would be, Ms. Vera, I would have to insure it, register, package it, call the vendor, see what's the price of the market price today, see how close they would get above spot, send it to them, and then wait about anywhere 8, 12, 13 weeks to get that money deposited into my account. Well, guess what? The emergency just happened, right? And listen, the car broke down, mortgage is due, maybe the refrigerator went. I need money right away. Are you going to take it to your local pawn store and not get what it's worth? But if you have access to this membership, now if they're holding your gold and silver, you could easily sell it back and take the profits out and right into your account. Now, if I need this tomorrow, I could ship this FedEx 1 day or 2 day, right? Within 2 days, let's say they receive it in 2 days. Within 24 hours, they'll deposit into my account, and I have access to use it. Is that
and you
powerful?
have cash.
And I have cash, and that's what I need. I have cash. That's powerful. They figured out a way to take the old way of doing things, right, and bring it into the 21st century for the everyday person to make it in practical use. And I love it. This is a game changer. We're doing business in 8 countries right now. 8 countries.
And on top of that, you don't have to be wealthy to do this.
No.
You can use $1.
You can start as low as $1. You know what we teach all our students? I said, if the only advice I can give you, regardless what job you have or what you do, okay, don't ever save in currency form.
Okay, I want to respond to this listener. He says it's so hard for people to stop doing what they have been doing and do something else. But if we continue to do what we've been doing, we're going to end up with nothing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's happening right before our eyes. And it's okay. It feels funny at first, right? Yes. Easy
Yes,
peasy.
Darwin says,
Absolutely.
can't wait for the debit card, easy peasy. And you
Yes.
know what? I have some commercials that I have got to play.
Okay.
So I am going to pause for the cause, and I'm just going to run them all at one time so that we can get back here and
Okay.
finish this conversation.
Okay.
So just bear with me, listening audience. I want you to just check out these commercials, and we will be right back.
We want to give a shout out to our CTR Media Network sponsor, Terry Coleman from GlobalKeyCapital.com. Global Key Capital is a lender specialized in customized financing solutions. They pride themselves in being one of the industry's most reliable and proven lending groups. At Global Key Capital, their customers are their number one priority, and they strive to provide all of their clients with competitive pricing, unbeatable customer service, and stress-free processing. If you are looking for your next dream home or investment property, give Terry Coleman a call at 866-325-6267. Again, that number is 866-325-6267. GlobalKeyCapital.com.
Diamonds and emeralds and pearls, oh my. Diamonds and emeralds and pearls, oh my. Sapphire Emerald Magazine truly knows the gifted and talented people.
Sapphire Emerald is a magazine that represents the diversities of the world's news. We believe in presenting people in a positive light and helping the public see them in a different perspective. We report on entertainment, nonprofit organizations, film producers, actors, actresses, culinary arts, fashions, and the positive principles of understanding art. Our mission is to bring people's spectacular talents into focus and allow them to sparkle like the precious emeralds, diamonds, pearls, and sapphires.
Today with Ms. Mac Marketing 848-236-5026.
Ms. Mac Marketing, Sapphire Emeralds Magazine, and CTR Media Network. If you like what you see on this show and you want to be a sponsor, by all means, contact me at the Vera Thomas Show on Facebook. If you are a business and you want to advertise on my show, contact me on the Vera Thomas Show Facebook page. And I'm asking you to please support me and what I'm doing here. And you can do that by donating at my Cash App, which is $ and still great. We need your support to keep this show going and to make it even better. So please support me by sending a little donation through Cash App, $ and still great. Thank you very much, and I really appreciate it. And we also have some comments for some of our people. Let's see. Well, first of all, Yolanda Max, she says, what are those, gold nuggets? Okay, and then Marlo Mans, thank you for watching. She says, great info on cash. And then I think did we share? Yes, we shared. Okay. Well, thank you guys. We really appreciate you listening and telling other people about this. This will be replayed over and over and over again so that people get the message and understand the importance of us being able to take care of ourselves. Because clearly The government's not going to do it. And the dollar signs, the dollar bill is not going to do it. We see the inflation and we see the devaluing of our dollar. A dollar is only worth 3 cents, people. 3 cents. All right. You're back to you.
I love it. The message is getting out. Once people wake up, right? I tell people, it's crazy because I tell people all the time, it sounds weird, but whatever you're not willing to lose, you might want to convert.
Absolutely. Say that again. Say that again.
I said, whatever you're not willing to lose, you might want to convert. They're going to introduce us to new systems. It is what it is. We can't control that. But what we can do is control what we do for our families, for our business. See, everybody's going to need this. They just don't know about it. See, everybody's going to need this. They just don't know about it. Like I said in the beginning of the show, nobody knew what an Uber was when Uber came out. But guess what? It disrupted the whole taxi service. Nobody knew what an Airbnb was, but innovation came up with an idea. Well, these gentlemen came up with an awesome idea, how to get the American people, how to give back, how to get it back to you, take control. Listen, there's nothing worse that you can do that you worked all your life and you're ready to retire. And then they tell you, well, all that money that you retire is only worth $3,000, $300,000. What do you mean? Everything you saved. But if you had that small information and knew that if I put it in God's money, do you hear? I'm not afraid to say it. I have a shirt. Don't even have it with me. I should got it over there. It says, in God we trust, and I put gold and silver. And then I have Proverbs 13:22, for a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So it's going to understand now that we have access to this. It's just, remember, it's innovation. It's going to be all around the world. And we have access to it. I can highly recommend this all day. Guys, it feels funny at the first time. It's like, what do you mean? You just go online and just switch it. It just now, currently, because they all use the Platinum Network and it's attached, what you can do, you can transfer right back and be right back in your debit card. But once we have our own debit card, guess what? It'll have the card number and you make your transaction. So this is a way that you open up a program. Like, listen, there's more benefits to it. Like one of the other benefits of opening an account with is collectible coins. Remember I told you, asked me about a picture, right? Collectible coins. That's another membership thing that I didn't know about. Is another membership perk. That's the word I was looking for. They have collectible coins. They have all the professionals where you could get on a set it and forget it, have an autosaver program that gets shipped to your house. You could turn it on and off, and you could put that and leave that for that legacy, right? You could buy gold and silver in small amounts as low as $1. But now get into, remember I took top 5 assets? Now you can do collectible coins. It's like having a Derek Jeter or Michael Jordan rookie card. Only so many made in the world, and you happen to have access. Because you're a member, you have access. Let me show you something that you're going to be, look at this.
Here, let me do a full screen so that
I want you to
see
that.
that.
Look at this beauty. Look at this right here. Can you see that? That's the 80th anniversary of the USS Arizona. You see that? Pearl Harbor. And right here, there's a piece of the deck in memorial of Pearl Harbor. Do you guys see that?
Here, let me show that again so that I can do the full screen.
Look at this. Look at this. You guys see that? It's a memorial. It's a collectible coins, a 5-ounce USS Arizona 80th anniversary. We have access to stuff like this. Only so many are made in the world, and because I'm a member, I was able to get something like this and put this away.
I want to respond to a couple of our comments here. Cora, she says, this was awesome information. Thank you both for sharing so much value with us. And then Darla says, oh, those are fun. Yes. Now, you've already started the generational wealth with your own daughter.
I did.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So once I knew about gold and silver, but I couldn't recommend it. But I never knew anything about collectible coins and having assets, right? Once the program, because with the program, we have to educate the public. There are something called buyer certification. There's something called collector certification. So we can educate you what to buy, what not to buy, which one you pay capital gains on, which one within the law you don't have to pay capital gains on. So these are information that we want to know. So we did a great job of sharing that information. It's not just buying gold and silver, right? So there's something called the $1.2 million mistake, okay? And the $1.2 million mistake, there's a video, but I'll kind of just tell you what it is, right? And the video states that if you were to purchase an MS-70, an MS-70 is a collectible coin, right? A rare collectible coin. If you were to purchase one MS-70 Silver Eagle from 1986 to 2019, you probably would have invested about 50 grand, through the months, through the years. But that portfolio would be worth over $1.2 million just by saving collectible rare coins. Something, collectible coins. If you were to do MS-70s, right? Just rare coins, right? These are like collectible coins. If you were to do these, well, the program, because we are members and membership has its privileges, you can actually participate in it. So I started a couple of years ago, and I was able to start. You guys see that? I was able to start because I said to myself, now that I have this wealth of information, why not do that for my child? So that later down the road, when she's 21 or 22 years old, right? She has something, she wants to convert it or sell it. Guess what? She has it put away. So everyone who's listening to me, you can actually participate in the autosaver program for your grandchildren, for your children. You can put one a month. My sister has nephews and nieces, and she's made sure that all the kids have one. All the kids have one. It's powerful.
Alicia, she says, thanks for sharing. We need this, especially the way things are now. Especially the way things are now. And
especially now, yes.
And oh my God, there's so much. I've got to do one more thing that I need to promote is my program that I've got coming up, and I really need to share this. On February 4th, from noon until 2 p.m., I am doing a workshop, how to avoid crushing your child's self-esteem and dreams. If parents out here, if you have children and you're kind of concerned about their confidence and their self-esteem, and you want them to have more of both, you want to come to this 2-hour workshop. I'm going to give you a wealth of information on things that we need to do to avoid crushing our children's self-esteem and their dreams. So you can sign up. I will put the link in the chat and you can register today. Also, if you are interested in me coming and being a speaker, I'm available to do that. I am a coach, and I'm going to put my link in the chat so that you can check out my site and contact me. All right, I just needed to share that, and please donate. If this program has been of value to you, then please donate by sending something to $Instill Great Cash App, $Instill Great. Please, I need your support very badly. I need your support. Okay, we got another comment that came in. Cora. Okay. This was awesome information. Thank you. Okay, you already said that. Okay. Well, listen. Oh my God. There is just so much more we could say. But if you are interested in getting more information, then by all means, you can go to
soundmoneybenefits.com.
Yes, soundmoneybenefits.com. I'm putting it up on the screen.
Soundmoneybenefits.com. Remember, that's product specific for the Sound Money wallet. But once you schedule an appointment for a free demo, I'll be more than happy. The office will be more than happy. A professional will be more than happy to do a whole demonstration of all the benefits we offer. Let me give you guys something, Miss Vera. It's not only that they created a Sound Money wallet. This is the innovation. That's the technology. What else? What else did they do that was very appealing and very powerful? Outside of doing the generational wealth, and now that we know that we can take our earnings, our savings, our retirements, we can convert it to God's money, right? Having that stuff, guess what? We can now protect ourselves. That's one thing, right? Sound Money have a private vault. Then they added, people need to save money, especially now, right? People need to save money. Well, they created something called 7K Advantage, and they added 800,000 vendors, okay, 800,000 vendors, where you and I can do our day-to-day shopping and save up to 70, 75%. So all the vendors that you and I, it's like having your own Priceline, Expedia, Hotwire, all put in one. They added that.
And in addition to that, for you entrepreneurs.
Yes, you know where I'm going.
Yes, health insurance.
Yes.
At a discounted rate.
At a discounted rate. And I can put that website too. I didn't put that website. You guys could go to that website for product specific. That website, if you want to put it in there. So what they did is they partner up with a company called Sovereign Insurance. But because you're a member, membership has its privileges. Now, if you have a membership with us, now you could purchase the healthcare insurances with a healthcare professional. You will contact them. But I put a website up there. It's called www.123coverme.com. If you want to put that in, www.12, you can put it in the chat, www.123coverme.com. And that's clearly specific of the healthcare services that you can get through the 7K membership. Yeah, look at that. Was pretty quick. Yep, 123coverme.com.
Yeah, guys, I'm putting it in the chat.
Yes, that stuff is what they put together. So every time they're looking ways to offer more benefits for you open an account with them. Okay, there you go. That's awesome. That's a great way through our platform. You can get that. So guys, they partner up with a financial institution to help you go through the transition. I think it's Freedom Financial, if I'm not mistaken. So from savings to taking care of gold-backed IRAs, they put a great program together. But what intrigued me the most, remember, everybody's like a buffet, right? I don't know what they're going to like, what they need. But this really intrigued me because this is what the future is. This is where you and I, regardless of pretty soon, Ms. Vera, you're not going to be saying Cash App. You're going to say, you know what? You could Sound Money wallet me. Yes. And you know what? You could donate me, not in cash, but you could donate in increments of amount in gold and silver. See how that changes the conversation? Don't donate, even the churches. Don't pay us in cash. Don't tithe in cash. Pay us in God's money, gold and silver tithes. See, that changes everything. It's true value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was great. I'm glad you put that up there as well.
Yes. So, and we had, Felicia, she said, thank you for tuning in, Felicia. She says, great show. And you know what? We've got 2 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you the floor to close us out. I want to remind people to please sign up for my workshop and go to, as a matter of fact, I just put in bit.ly/Vera Thomas. You can register through there. You can, if you want a consultation, a 30-minute consultation for free, you can do that there as well. And I have a free item for you. It is a list of prayers, affirmations, and scriptures for healing the body, mind, and soul. So get that as well. Okay? All right. I'm going to shut up, and I'm giving Pastor Yuri the last word.
Well, I tell you what, guys, it's been an honor, Ms. Vera, for allowing me to just share the information, just getting it out there to the people as much as it can. Thank you for hearing our story about our school, SinaiChristianAcademy.org. You know, you can see the ministry that we're doing out there helping the children. This is just a vehicle. You know, this is just a vehicle that I saw that I know that it needed to be out there, and Lord has put it in my heart to get the information out. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like you said, people don't take heed to what's going on. But now we have somewhere that I could feel comfortable enough to say, hey, listen, you might want to open up an account, you know, with them And, and for you, like you said, you're giving away stuff. I tell you what, for those who go to soundmoneybenefits.com and when they put in appointments and say, we heard it in the show, we want to also plant a seed for you guys. The first silver, we're going to plant the first 1 ounce silver for you guys.
Wow.
Digitally.
Awesome.
We're just going to transfer it right through the Sound Money wallet once it's all set up to bless you and your family. That's us giving a sowing a seed.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back. You know what? Even Vera to the show, because you have to give and serve and plant seeds for other people's ministry. So we'd be willing to do that, because at the end of the day, the more you give, the more you get back. The more you serve, the more you get back. Guys, this is just getting the information. Once I saw this, I knew it was, Lord put in my heart to get it out there. This is the future. But now you can take back control and protect your family. Get the word out that there's a company out there that you can open up an account. The account, I didn't tell, right? The account, it's an annual membership, right? Mr. Vera, it's just an annual membership. You can open an account for $200 for the year. It's an annual membership, $200 for the year. Gives you access to all the benefits they offer, everything they have. It's like getting an Amazon Prime account or a BJ's or a Costco's. You can open an account, use it for the whole year, buy as much or as little as you want, convert what you need, protect what you have. Guess what? At the end of the year, it's time to renew. Guys, very affordable, easy going, and now you take back control. But thank you, Miss Vera, for allowing me to come on and tell everybody soundmoneybenefits.com. You can schedule your free demonstration. One of our professionals will go on and help you set up your account. And like I said, put it in account other or how you hear about it. And then we would also sow a seed for you guys.
You hear that? He's going to sow a seed for you. If you put in that you heard it on the Vera Thomas show. Yes.
They will look at that. They will receive, their first ounce of silver. That's we're going to do that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Yuri. Thank you. All right. So Tina says, hello, Vera and Yuri. Hello, Tina. And then Felicia says, cool, thanks. And then Tina says, gold and silver. And Joshua Robinson, he says, it's not funny. I want Teresa and most. Okay. It's not a game. Brent, okay. I don't know what that's all about. But I'm going to move it. I heard this on the Vera Thomas show. Do I qualify? Yes. All right.
Absolutely.
Listen, thank you so much. We have ran out of time. And, I'm going to have you come back periodically so that we can talk about, I know that CTR Media Network, we want to get this word out. So I will not be the only podcaster that you will be on sharing this information. I can count on that because people need to know about God's money. Yes. People need to know our dollar is only worth 3 cents. Yes. You guys.
Yes.
Oh my God, 3 cents. Come on.
Let's take back control. Let's get the word out. Give people options. You know what? If they want to play casino, right? Let me hold it. let us hold it. Don't gamble with our.
Don't gamble with your money. Don't gamble with your money.
Let's take back control. But you know what? You said something in the beginning of the show. It was people need to take heed to the information. I don't have to tell you on this, regardless if they join us or not. Do something, but don't keep it where it's at because there's a change coming. And you have to prepare yourself. Do something. Here's just a great platform,
Yes. Well, thank you guys for listening. I love you very much. And we will see you next week. And keep in mind, look through the comments, get the links, check out Sound Money Benefits, and find out more for yourself.
Yes.
Educate yourself. All right. Well, thank you for being here. And with that, we're going to say good night. And if you would just hold on for a few minutes.
The Vera Thomas Show. The Vera Thomas Show. The Vera Thomas Let's talk about it. 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 On the Vera Thomas Show. Let's talk